In a beautiful village, somewhere on this beautiful world, there lived a young seeker named Andrew. Though his surroundings were peaceful, Andrew's heart was restless. He spent his days searching, reading, and meditating, always in pursuit of the true path to enlightenment. Yet no matter how hard he tried, the answers he sought remained elusive, just out of reach. Frustrated by his lack of progress, Andrew decided to visit the village's wise Zen master, known for his deep understanding of life's mysteries. One day, he approached the master as the sun was setting, casting long shadows across the village. "Master," Andrew said with urgency in his voice, "how do I find my true path? I've searched everywhere, but I still feel lost." The master listened quietly, his eyes reflecting a calm that seemed to come from another world. After a moment, he smiled gently and said, "Meet me at the river at dawn." Andrew was filled with anticipation. He spent the night tossing and turning, wondering what profound wisdom awaited him at the river. Long before dawn, he set out, arriving at the river's edge as the first light touched the horizon. There, he found the master seated on a large stone, watching the water flow by. Andrew approached eagerly, but the master only motioned for him to sit. As the minutes turned into hours, the river continued its gentle flow, and the master remained silent, his gaze fixed on the water. The soft sounds of the river and the rustling leaves were the only things that broke the silence. Andrew, however, grew increasingly impatient. His mind raced with thoughts. When will the lesson begin? What great secret will be revealed? Finally, unable to contain himself any longer, Andrew asked, "Master, when will we begin?" Without looking away from the water, the master replied, "Look closely at the river. What do you see?" Andrew, puzzled, stared at the flowing water. He saw the clear reflections of the trees, the sky, and even his own face staring back at him. "I see the reflections of the trees, the sky, and myself," he answered. The master nodded. "Yes, the river mirrors what is around it. But remember, the river is not just a reflection. It flows, changes, and adapts as it moves along its path. It is never still, and it does not cling to what it was a moment ago. So must you." Andrew's confusion deepened. "But how do I flow, Master? How do I become like the river?" The master stood up and pointed to a small stone submerged in the river, the water gently passing over it. "This stone does not resist the current. It is not lost, nor does it cling to the riverbed. It simply exists within the flow of the water, allowing the river to carry it where it must go." Andrew's eyes widened as the realization dawned on him. The true path, he understood, was not a fixed destination or a single unchanging truth. It was a journey, one that required him to be adaptable, to embrace change, and to let go of rigid expectations. The path was about being present in each moment, just as the river was present in its flow, moving with the current of life rather than against it. "But Master," Andrew asked, still pondering, "what if the path leads me into unknown or difficult waters?" The master smiled and placed a hand on Andrew's shoulder. "Then you must trust the journey, Andrew. Just as the river navigates around obstacles, so too will you find your way. The true path is not something you find outside yourself. It is the way you choose to live, with openness and acceptance. When you stop resisting, you become one with the journey, and in that, you will find your true path." Andrew felt a wave of peace wash over him, as if the very river had entered his soul. From that day forward, he sought not to find a predetermined path, but to become one with the journey itself, flowing with life's changes and embracing the present moment. Thank you for watching, and remember, the two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why.